expect coming up. Right now on News Channel 6 at 5, plans may be in the works to bring more sidewalks to South Augusta. We'll have the story.
Plus, a missing Allendale County woman's family is speaking out. The latest on the search ahead.
And a shortage of deputies in Richmond County, why the sheriff's office says it really is struggling to fill positions these days. News Channel 6 at 5 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is Wjbf News Channel 6 at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jenny Montgomery.
I'm Brad Means. We do appreciate it as coverage you can count on begins in Allendale County. That's where a 31-year-old woman has been missing for more than 2 weeks, and they're trying to find her. She's Savannah Gregory. She disappeared from her home October 21st. Some family members say they think her disappearance could be due to some sort of family dispute. Authorities now working with SLED to try to bring her home.
I think family members get in a disagreement and they just, leave for a few days or a few hours and kind of, get away from the situation, whatever it may be. But after a week or so of not hearing from her, it become a great concern.
Gregory was last seen driving a black Ford Escape. It was a 2011 model with South Carolina tags. If you have any information on this case, please call the law where you live.
It is time now to check in with our chief meteorologist, Tim Miller.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, thanks so much. Pfizer has released its research on a promising potential treatment for COVID-19. It's a...
Up in just a bit. Jenny Brand.
All right, Tim, thanks so much. Pfizer has released its research on a promising potential treatment for COVID-19. It's a pill you can take at home. News Channel 6's Mary Calkins has more.
Treatment for the coronavirus has come quite a long way over the last year. In December, the first shots in arms. And just this month, kids as young as 5 eligible for the vaccine. But now something revolutionary may be just around the corner.
So this is a really important potential game changer for how we fight COVID-19 moving forward.
Pfizer released its research on Friday for a COVID-19 pill, and experts say that research is promising.
What this data ultimately showed was an 89% reduction in hospitalizations and death in the active treatment group, or the Pfizer pill, versus a placebo group.
The clinical trial was made up of 1,200 people. They'd all tested positive for COVID and had health conditions that increased their likelihood of hospitalization or death from severe COVID disease. 600 received Pfizer's pill and 600 took a placebo.
41 of those in the placebo group ultimately were admitted for hospital, and 10 subsequently died. When you look at the other 600 group that took the pill for 5 days, only 6 of those were admitted to the hospital, and no deaths occurred during this period of time.
While Dr. White says the pill would not be a substitute for the COVID vaccine, he's optimistic about the pill. The FDA will set a meeting to review Pfizer's data, and it's expected to take place in December. And Pfizer isn't far behind Merck, the company also working on developing a COVID-19 pill.
It did not have quite as good effectiveness data as the Pfizer pill did, but it will be reviewed by the FDA on November 30th.
If approved, the pills could be available in early 2022. In Augusta, Mary Calkins, Wjbf News Channel 6.
The Richmond County Sheriff's Office is trying to fill a lot of open positions these days. In fact, they have more than 60 jobs they need to fill at the jail, more than 20 in the Road Patrol Division. But they say this shortage has not impacted how they respond to crimes.
As far as our capabilities, it hasn't changed. We have the same amount of people working the streets as we've always had, and we'll continue to do so and serve this community.
Colonel Chu says it's been tough hiring new deputies because Richmond County is one of the lowest paying agencies. And they're competing with surrounding counties for a very small pool of qualified candidates.
Coverage you can count on continues with big traffic improvements on the horizon in South Augusta. WJBF's Ashley Jones joins us live from Tobacco Road. And Ashley, you spoke with the Assistant Director of Traffic and Engineering, and he gave you some insight about a project project that is in the works now.
That's right. He says a project to bring sidewalks up and traffic modifications out here along Tobacco Road is now under works. And people who live and work out here say it's long overdue.
I think it's going to be a blessing.
When driving along Tobacco Road and near Windsor Spring Road, you may notice a lot of people walking.
Oh yes, I see a lot of them. Mostly in that area, towards that way. But yeah, we get a pretty good bit of them that like to come up in here.
Quite frequently, yes. It's dangerous for them.
But Augusta leaders say safety is the main goal when it comes to this project. John Ushry with Augusta's Traffic and Engineering says there have been several community meetings in that area, and now his department is looking to make Tobacco Road more pedestrian friendly.
We're aware that this is a major roadway, but there's not a lot of infrastructure for people. There's a lot of infrastructure for cars and trucks, but not so much for people that are walking.
Not only will sidewalks be installed, but also crosswalks and signal modifications are on its way. And that's not all. Ushry says another major factor in this project is accessibility.
There'll be handicap ramps, so if you're mobility challenged, you should have no issue with using these new sidewalks, and the sidewalks will be our standard 5 feet wide, and they'll be set back from the roadway a little bit to try to keep you safer.
The sidewalks will be installed on both sides of the road between Deansbridge Road and Windsor Spring Road.
I think it'd be really useful because you don't never know if you're gonna get hit or not. So it's like, especially when you got wild drivers, so they make trails so that way it'd be safer for them to walk and they know where to walk.
And while most people say the project is way overdue, others believe it's right on time.
Now with a lot of traffic and a lot of people moving in, and then Fort Gordon being the cyber headquarters of the United States, I think it's going to be more populated and it should be more safe.
Ashley Jones for us tonight. We can tell you now the White House is easing restrictions. What a nice day there.
You know, when you decide to be a doctor, you've got 4 years of college and then you're signing up for 4 years of medical school, which is really tough. A small group of students at the Medical College of Georgia will finish in 3 years. They're about to begin the last half of their schooling. News Channel 6's Chloe Salsameda caught up with some of the students to talk about what they've learned and their unique plans once they graduate.
You just go for it.
And from a young age, Wjbf knew she wanted to be a doctor.
I was born in Vietnam, and my family moved here when I was pretty young. And I think in the Vietnamese American community, it's so uncommon for people to be insured and for people to access regular health care.
So did Claude Bouganou. He moved to the U.S. from Cameroon.
Growing up in a place where there wasn't a lot of access, there wasn't a whole lot of access to health care. If your parents were in the wealthiest, you couldn't go to the hospital.
Claude and Wjbf recognized this need and wanted to fill it. They applied to the Peach State Scholar Program at the Medical College of Georgia and were 2 of 8 students accepted. The program allows them to finish medical school in 3 years. They'll then begin working in an underserved community in Georgia.
What people aren't aware of is that the majority of Georgia is underserved. So many counties in Georgia are lacking a physician.
According to the Georgia Board of Healthcare Workers, there were 8 counties without a doctor in 2017 and 63 counties without a pediatrician.
A lot of patients have to travel so far to be able to access regular care that would be otherwise readily available elsewhere.
Claude and Wjbf have already gone out into some of these communities, seeing the need for healthcare firsthand. So for them, it's a no-brainer. That's where they want to start their careers.
I've been blessed in so many ways, and there's no better way to give back than to go out to these areas.
In Augusta, Chloe Salsameda, Wjbf, News Channel 6.
Columbia County getting set to hold its first Christmas light fight. Some people are going to get the chance to really compete by showing off their Christmas light displays. And then we can all go to the county's website and search for locations where those lights are up and vote for a winner. The winner is going to get a winter surprise package from the county.
You can go to the Columbia County's main Facebook page starting December the 1st, and you'll see a link that's going to take you to our hub site where you friendly competition with one another, and you'll be able to see a small mini episode of each house. So it'll be 2 to 3 minutes of each house lighting their lights, talking about how they go from A to what you see us record.
Finalists for the top house will be announced the weekend of December 10th. That's when they're going to have the Columbia County Parade, so it's going to be a big, big deal there. Can't wait.
Now to the latest out of Gwinnett County.
December 10th, that's when they're going to have the Columbia County Parade, so it's going to be a big, big deal there. Can't wait.
Now to the latest out of Gwinnett County, as students mourn the loss of their first grade teacher after her body was found in Mexico. Audrey Washington has details.
You know, Miss Morales was always really cheerful, really peppy.
Bentonfield Elementary School parent Maria del Rosario Palacios told me Alexandra Morales just had a gift when it came to teaching children.
She had a lot of energy and patience, which was so, so important.
Maria was one of the first parents to repost this flyer to her social media page when the 24-year-old first grade teacher suddenly vanished. Family members said in late October, Alexandra Morales left for a vacation in Mexico. She was last seen at a concert there. Days later, no one could get in touch with her. The family filed a missing persons report.
She's young, and I just felt for the family, you know, not knowing the whereabouts about her.
This week, the family confirmed the heartbreaking news. On Tuesday, police in Mexico found the body of Alexandra Morales.
With my daughter, the conversation has been about even having to explain death and what it means to never come back.
Wednesday, the school sent parents this email. It reads in part, quote, "Our school community is saddened to share the news that we have been notified that Miss Alexandra Morales, one of our first grade teachers, has passed away. Miss Morales was full of joy and loved her students. Since joining our school in 2019, she has touched so many lives, both students and staff, and we will miss her greatly."
She was someone my daughter really identified with. She was strong and bold.
Coming up next, one couple has their home on display for this special Veterans Day.
Also ahead, the latest on the Kyle Rittenhouse trial and the sole survivor speaking out. Stay with us for more details on the murder case.